Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so sorry, y'all. I am late. You know, I say that I will be on at 11 a.m.-ish for a reason. And today, oh my gosh, this morning I am so ish, it's not funny. And I apologize. My monitor, I forgot to plug it in yesterday, and it is like DED dead. Okay, I know that's not how you spell dead, but that's an old joke from a long time ago. So anyway, my monitor was like dead. I have like 29% on it. So hopefully it'll charge up here while we're getting ready. And I almost forgot I was getting ready to come on live, and I forgot to set the phone to do not disturb. I thought I had enough time to get ready this morning, but apparently not. This crazy time change is just messing with all of us, I think. So I hope I'm not the only one who's just a little bit behind the 8 ball today. So let me check and see if my monitor is working. And it is. And I don't hear the other Casey. So that's good. So now let me see if I can get it to come up here with comments. Okay, let's see. That. All right, that should be it. Okay. So I am so very sorry that I'm late. Yesterday I had some of my team over, and we had a creative day. So I've got lots of things to show you before we get to our main event, which is the WV fold card. So I've got some things to show you that we did, and so we'll get started on that, and I'll show you all the fun things that we made. We had a good time. Literally, we stamped for, Ginger and I did, stamped until like 8 or 9 o'clock last night. Like 10 hours worth of stamping. Debbie was here for a while with us, and so we tackled some new cards, and let me just tell you, we failed miserably a couple of times. But you know what? All failing means is first attempt in learning. That's all it means. So when you understand that you have to fail in order to move forward, it's not such a bad word, and it's not such a bad thing. We thought we knew what we were doing, and that's what happens when you think you know what you're doing. But we challenged ourselves. We got way out of our comfort zone on some things, and we had a great time, and we laughed, and we had homemade potato soup. Thank you very much. And some desserts. So it couldn't go all that wrong. All right. So I do not have my March host code thing printed, my little symbol. I'm just like I said, behind. So let me get you guys up in the cradle, and let's hope that my phone doesn't die filming it while my monitor is charging up. So I might have to switch the charging in the process here. Do I have more than one charger in here? I do not. So, okay, we'll just make it happen. So, let's get this switched, and let's go to some show and tell, okay? Okay, we need to move things over this way a little bit. Bear with me here. We don't need to see that. And I can put my Diet Coke over here because you don't need to see that. But everybody knows I have to have Diet Coke. And there are still shadows here. I swear, I don't understand. I am working on lighting, and I don't have that resolved yet. Let me see here. Let me just keep moving stuff around here. One moment, please, while we're shuffling some technical situations here. See if we can get some different light on the area that we want to see. And I think things are crooked. Where are they crooked? Stand up, sit down, fight, 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 I swear. All right. Sorry, guys. There, that looks better. I hate it when things are crooked. It just drives me crazy when I'm looking at things and they're crooked, and I'm like, I want them to be straight. Okay. I apologize for the shadows. I think that's the best we're going to get it today. Okay. So let us do some show and tell. I'll start with this crazy card. Yesterday, one of my sideline, Jen, she saw this card. It's called a suspended book fold, I believe. And she saw this card and she's like, figure it out. I want to make it for my granddaughter who's going to be 13 years old. And that's a big deal for her granddaughter. I guess they have family traditions that you get special cards and letters and things like that when you turn 13. So she wanted to do something special for her granddaughter. So she's like, figure this out. Well, I went to print out the details for this, and it was like 11 pages of instructions for this crazy card. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So then I thought, okay, I'll go watch the video and see if I can learn anything. So I went to watch the video, which was an hour long, and the girl had trouble with the taping of the video, and she had to switch horses in midstream, and it was very confusing. But we said, okay, we'll tackle it anyway. All right, so here is the card, and you can see that it's like a book, and then it comes up here in the middle, and it's got a section here, and then it's got another section over here, and then it's got another section over here, and then it actually opens up to be a card inside that you can stamp on, and then the whole thing sits up like this. So it's like a diorama kind of thing when it's sitting up, and you can see all of the sides to it, which it's hard to see when it's laying down like that. So I'll just kind of lift it up, like we'll pretend like it's standing up this way, so that you can see how it would sit, you know, on the countertop, and you can see all of the different sides and stuff. So it's a fun card, and it was a fun way to use up, you know, to add pieces, parts from the sunshine and rain, from the paper pumpkin and from the sweet. So it's a little bit of both. But let me tell you, it was a lot of cutting, and this mechanism here in the middle was a bear. Because when we first attached it, according to the instructions, it would not lay flat. And we're like, okay, we have to do something wrong. So are our folds wrong? You know, did we fold it wrong? So we're like pushing our folds in, and it's like not doing it. So we're like, okay, something's not right. So sure enough, the written instructions were different than the video instructions. So anybody out there who's making a PDF and doing videos, you've got to make sure those things match. So I'm going to start offering PDFs. I do have PDFs, and let me tell you, I check them and triple check them to make sure that you understand how they are and to go together. So this was a challenge, not necessarily because it was terribly challenging, because the instructions were not clearly written, and the video showed a completely different way to put it together. So, but we accomplished it. We did it. We tore things apart. We put it back together, and we had fun and had a lot of laughs about it. So that's one of the things that we did yesterday. Another thing that we did yesterday was we played with our paper pumpkin kit. You know, last week I did the paper pumpkin, and I made all 3 cards in the paper pumpkin kit just exactly the way, more or less exactly the way that Stampin' Up! Said to make them. So let me get those out. We'll put those on top of them. Okay, so here are the paper pumpkin cards, just like Stampin' Up! Suggested that we make them. Okay, and so we decided we wanted to make shaker cards because this set, this paper pumpkin lends itself 1,000% to making shaker cards. So observe, voila. Here are the versions that we made into shaker cards. So I kind of followed a little bit what they had, and then we kind of switched it up a little bit. So here's our first shaker here. We had a bunch of sequins and different colored sequins, some blues and some greens and some pinks. And so we put those inside. So here is our first little shaker. And then we decided to make the rain shaker. And there's some little raindrops in there that are iridescent. Clear raindrops. And then the little bubbles are in here to mimic raindrops. You can see them running around in there. There they go. There they go. Those look like rain, don't you think? Anyway, so Ginger teased me on this one. She's like, did you have to add every creature that you could? And I'm like, yeah, why not? I wanted every creature in there, so I had a little bit of everything in mine. And then here's the last one. This is a combination of some of the pieces, parts that were in the kit and in the paper, the DSP for this suite. So anyway, we had a lot of fun making shaker cards, and so, you know, we learned some things because Ginger said she had never made a shaker card, so we made 3 of them, so we are well practiced with our shaker cards. So we had a lot of fun with that, and the good news is we did not get sequins all over the table or the dining room. So that was a lot of fun. So then we decided to tackle another card that my grandma Upline, my former grandma Upline, she probably hates it when I say that, but hi Sharon, shout out to Sharon, demonstrated on her page, Stampin' with Sharon Wilcox. Sharon did this card, and Karen Titus and her husband have done it as well, called, they have a Stampin' on the Back Porch. This, pretty sure this is Razzleberry. This is a card called An Impossible Card. And I'm sorry. I'm reading my, I want to stamp something on here. I want to stamp something on here for you. But anyway, this is a fun card. It's called An Impossible Card. And you can make it stand up this way, or you can make it stand up this way. But this was a fun card to create because it starts out from one sheet. I should have not glued it together yet. But it starts out from one small sheet of cardstock, and then you cut these crazy cuts into it, and then you flip it, and then you put it together. And so I was going to finish this for a friend of mine who's going through quite a bit. And I thought, you know what? I think that she could probably appreciate just knowing that we are surrounding her with love. So, praying for blankets of healing around you and yours. You know what? I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to remind her that she is loved. You are loved. There it is. I couldn't find it. Ah, you are loved today and always. You know what? Is this? I always get confused. I don't know if this is. Yeah, it's razzleberry. Okay. Razzleberry and blackberry are so close. I sometimes have to pull out a piece from my cardstock, you know? You are loved. Today and always. Just want her to know that. I am going to give this card to my friend, like I said, who's going through quite a bit right now. Unfortunately, her husband is fighting cancer, and sometimes when you're in a fight like that, it's hard to remember that you are loved, because it's not all about you. It's all about somebody else that you are helping to get through a situation. And so I just want her to know that I'm thinking of her. And I just want her to know God's got this. Which she knows. Her faith is very, very strong. And so we're going to finish this card, and I'm going to stamp up here, stay strong, my friend. I think I might do a thinking of you, which I don't have at the moment with that, so I'll find a thinking of you and put that on there, but I'm always stamping off onto scrap paper because I do not want all of this ink in my chamois. So I'm always trying to get rid of as much ink as possible before I start cleaning things off with my chamois, because then you pick up your chamois and your fingers are all inked up, you know? So what set am I using? Threw It Together. Such a good set. Such a good set. So anyway, I just wanted to do that. And I don't think I have a thinking of you here with me. Sending you happy thoughts. I don't think there's any thinking of yous right here in my hands. Nope. Oh well, I'll finish it off camera, but here it is. And it sits up like this. It's so hard to see. I can lay it down here so you can see. But isn't that a cute card? You know, this to sit on your desk, to sit, you know, on your nightstand. Just something that says, you know, hey, I'm here. It's a small card. Like I said, it folds flat to mail. And I think that'll be a nice card. But we learned how to do this card yesterday, so that was fun. And then we played with this card yesterday. This is a Flying Seagull card. And it's hard to see when it's, you can see laying down, it's got lots of different parts to it. And this one gave us some consternation too, because when we put it together wrong. And so what you have to do, and when you remember to do this card, is the Flying Seagull. When you put it together, you have to remember to put the wings together. To get this big part here, this square part goes flat, and you have to have wings back here. So you have to remember when you're putting it together, there's a piece here that gets mounted. And we mounted them backwards, of course. So then when you stand it up, it, you know, has this lovely accordion fold, and you can see all of the panels, which I don't have a front forward facing camera to show you, so I have to show it to you laying down, but it's a fun card too. So we played with this card, and we made it badly and tore it apart and put it back together. So I'm telling you, it was, and then it folds flat like this to put into the envelope. It was crazy times yesterday, crazy times. All right, so today I want to play with this card, and this is the WV card, and it's gotten its name because if you look at this, you've got a W and a V. So once you get your folds done and you get your little card on it, you've got the W, and I'll turn it around this way so that you can actually see that. So you can see that this makes a W and this makes a V. So that's where it got its name. Okay. And this card is a lot more visually stunning in person, and it gets you a lot of bang for your buck because it's a lovely card to stand up and be on display, but I'm telling you, it looks harder than it is. And then it folds flat like this for mailing. So it's a little tiny bit bulky when you mail it. So you might have to use some extra postage because of the way it is, but I don't think so. I think if you put it in the envelope, it's still going to be under an ounce. So I think you're going to be okay with this. So yesterday I was making another one just so I could demonstrate it, and I made this card using the Fancy Florets paper, and I made my V card here, but I think I want to add a layer of some Night of Navy with that, so I might finish this card on camera with you guys today. But I want to show you how to make the card. So before we go do that, let's get things together here. Okay, you're going to need your paper trimmer, and you're going to need some paper. So I decided to use that same cardstock from the oh, I got my trimmer upside down. Celebration. That what is the name of this? What is the name of this cardstock? Oh. Favored Flowers, Designer Series paper. Favored Flowers. I needed to check that out. Favored Flowers. Anyway, I decided to use that same paper and make it in the Calypso and the Petal Pink. So you will need one 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock for this card, for sure. And then you, if you decide that you want a different color for your little V card, then you'll need like a half a sheet of cardstock for that, because that card is going to be very small. But I will start by cutting this piece and show you how this card is done. All right. So we have our paper here at 8.5 by 11. And what we want to do is we have to cut it down to 5.5 by 11. Okay. So this is my 11. So we'll be keeping that. And we want to cut it down to 5.5. So put it in here to the paper trimmer and we cut it off at 5.5. So you have a piece left over that's going to be 3 inches, which is exactly what you would need to make your small card, because your small card is going to be 3 by 6. Okay, so one sheet of cardstock, you can make the whole card, like I did out of the blue one here. One sheet, and then I cut the other piece down, which was 3 by 11. I'm going to cut that down to 3 by 6. So for my purpose today, I cut a different sheet. I cut a piece of Petal Pink down to 3 by 6. Okay, this is 3 by 6. And this is going to make your little card that goes inside. And then you're going to score that at 3. All right, so this will be your little card that'll go inside. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to go back to our big piece here, our 5.5 by 11 piece. All right, so this one is going to be scored, and we're going to score it starting at 1.75, okay, 1 3/4. Now, each of your scores are going to be 1 3/4. So the first score is at 1 3/4. So then your second score is going to be, move it over, 1 3/4. So your second score is going to be at 3.5. And then your third score, we're going to move it over 1 3/4 inches. So your third score is going to be at 5 1/4. All right. And then your last score would be at 7. Now, I'm lazy, okay? I don't like to open the arm on my machine. My arm got broken, and so I have it taped shut. So I have to do math, and I have to do things backwards. So I know that each score is 1 3/4 apart. So what I do is I just move this last score line over 1 3/4 inches, okay? And then I can come in here and make my last score, which essentially would be at 7 inches, okay? Now, that is it, kids. That's it. So now you've got your base card, and all you're going to do is burnish your folds, okay? So we're going to fold it in half like we normally would, and then we're going to accordion it back and forth. That's all we're doing. We're just accordioning this back and forth. I will have a PDF available on my Stampin' with the Queen Facebook page. I'm going to start with tutorials on my page. Starting after today, I'll put it up, and they will be $3, and I will mark that I have tutorials available. You can purchase them for $3, and you can Venmo me, you can PayPal me, you can contact me, and I'll run it through my Square, however we want to do that, okay? But we'll talk about that. It'll be on my Facebook page, but then you'll have everything. So now you've got your card, okay, and you've got all this accordion fold, and you've got your secondary card, okay, and now we need to get the Designer Series paper cut in there. So your Designer Series paper is going to go on your panels. And what you're going to do for your Designer Series paper, let me get all my pieces parts here. The Designer Series paper, what is this? Oh, okay, I see what this is. I'm like, what in the world is this? Is going to be either 1/4 or 1/8 down from what you want. I do everything in quarters. So the Designer Series paper cut downs for mine would be 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. So everything here is 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. 5 1/4 by 1 1/2 inch strips. And then I put a 1/2 inch strip at 5 1/4 over here to decorate. I think I want to turn this way. So I put a 1/2 inch strip over here. Now, depending on what color cardstock you use, if you want to put a white piece in here, because this is Calypso Coral, I think the Calypso Coral will probably show up on it. So I don't think I'm going to put a white piece in there. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But let me get my ruler real quick and measure what that would be. If you were going to... Oh, where's my little ruler? I have a little ruler here. This would be 5 1/4 by 4. Take off a 1/2 inch. That's going to be 3 1/2, 3 1/4. 5 1/4 by 3 1/4 for a white sheet in here, if you'd like that. Okay. So I am just going to put these panels on here and get the card started here. Get this decoration happening. Get all this stuff layered up so that we can see our pretty. Okay, I don't want that at the bottom. I want that over just a hair. Okay. And I want this to be every other panel. I want to be a different thing. You know, you don't have to use designer series paper. You can use cardstock. You could use cardstock of a different color here, and or even of the same color, and put it through an embossing folder, which I thought about doing, but my big machine is out in the other room because we were working in the big room yesterday, so we could all sit around the table. So I did not do that for you. All right, I like to line these up so I know that they're going to be even, and then just slide them over just a hair. I like to try to keep them even that way. And that is crooked, but I am not going to take that off because I am not going to deal with that. Guess what? They probably won't even know. Ugh, I'm so nasally. This stupid weather, I'm telling you. I'm not sure where you are, but there's snow on the ground here in Ohio today, in Dayton, Ohio. Ugh. Getting very, very tired of old man winter making his last desperate gasp on us. I just need spring to be here. Even my groundhog is out of his burrow. He wants spring to be here too. Graham, the groundhog. That's what I call the groundhog that lives underneath my husband's shed out back. Much to my husband's dismay, he's going to have to build a new shed, which might not be to his dismay at all. He may want, I think he wants a new shed, so. All right. I have decided that I am going to layer this. And remember, this is 3 by 6, scored in half at 3. So your surface, design surface here is 3 by 3. So if you're doing Casey cut downs, it's going to be a 1/4 inch less. So it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 is this layer here. And if you wanted to cover it further, then you would cover that. This is 2 1/2, 2 1/2. I don't know what I'm going to put on there yet. I think I might put something white. So you know what? I think I need a piece of white. So as luck would have it, I have a lot of scrap here next to my workstation that I keep white. So I need a 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 piece of white here. To put on here for my saying. All right, now the thing that you have to remember when you're doing this WV card is your baby card that goes inside is backwards, okay? Normally, when we're doing a card, you want it like this. You want it open like this, and you'd stamp it, and then you would put it in an envelope. No, this card is backwards, so you want the fold on the right-hand side here. And I think I want... Let's see what I want. What? You know what? I think I'm going to make this card a wedding card. What do you think? I don't know anybody getting married at the moment, but I haven't made a card for a wedding in quite a long time. So why not? Let's make a wedding card. Or it could be an engagement card, you know. Come on. Gotta get these stickers off here just right. All right. I'm using something fancy here. And I just broke a fingernail. Ugh. My fingernails are a mess. I don't know what the problem is. Hope my doctor figures it out soon. They peel, they split, they chip. They're just so fragile. Okay, so this card is going to say, nothing fancy, just love. And because I know that I'm going to put this on here, I want to offset that. Nothing fancy, just love. I'm going to offset that. And I want to pop that up because that's the kind of girl I am. I love to pop stuff up. I am a dimensional kind of girl. Ha ha ha. Pun intended. All right, let's pop that up. And I know I'm going to have to decorate this, so I'm going to have to go find my decorations. All right, so that one I'm going to pop up, and you know what? I think I'm going to put the white piece on the inside of here. I'm going to close up this stamp pad because I don't want Calypso Coral ink on everything. And I want to put this beautiful, ginormous rose, or not rose. I don't know what this is. It looks kind of like a mum. We can put this off. Just as I get all silent here, I hear sirens. All right, let me get a piece of white here, guys. I don't have a piece of scrap white that's big enough for what I want. Okay, let me put that aside and cut this down. What did I say it was going to be? Oh gosh, it's going to be 5 1/4. by 3.5. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Oh, let's hope I get it right. By 3.5. I'm gonna cut it at 3/4, just to be safe. And I can always cut it down. Yep. Take 1/4 off. I don't mind getting rid of just a hair of card here. Okay. Should be 3.25. Yep, 3.25. 5.25 by 3.25. And I think that's all the cutting I need to do. So I can put that back there. All right, let's finish this card so that you can see the thing of beauty. How am I doing on time? Okay. Pretty good. I can't believe I was so late today, guys. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. All right. Let's finish the inside of this card. That's such a pretty card. I've got some extra pieces here left. This says, here's to beautiful beginnings and happily ever afters. I think that's a good engagement card. Okay. I don't want my pale blue sleeve to get into that. Look how beautiful. Now, we're going to attach this to the inside of the card, okay? So what you want to do is close it up and slide this in, because you want this to hide what you wrote. So you can get your placement, okay? And we're just going to glue that in there. My thing here. And they're good and straight. So we glue it to the front panel and we glue it to the very, very back panel. Okay? So we're just going to open that up. And now, there is your gorgeous card. Isn't that stunning? And you know me, I can't stand it when things are naked. So we need some bling. Oh, let me see if I can find the right bling. One moment, please. This is what you get for not being prepared. Stupid time change, I'm telling you. I know the bling I'm looking for, and I can't find it yet. It's got to be here somewhere. That's not what I want. It's got Calypso coral in it. There it is. All right. What is this one? This is the Iridescent Pastel Gems. And this has got Calypso Coral in it, so I'll put one big one up here. And a little one over there. There. How's that? Is that good? I think it's simply stunning. And I think it's just a gorgeous card. Makes a big, big impact, I think. Visually. And it's very, very pretty. I think anybody would be happy to get this. So let us sign the back of our work. Always make sure I sign the back of my work. So there you have it, a WV card. Really not nearly as hard as you would think to put together. And just really packs a punch, no matter what kind of cardstock you use. And I'm going to finish my other one, and you can see all of them. You can see all of them on my page. And since I have these gems out, I think I'll dress up my other card here that did not get any. Oops. It did not get any gemstones the first time around. I made this card, but I didn't decorate it with anything. So let's put a couple of gems on that one as well. And then we'll save them for my blue card. I've got some blue gems to go on there too. You know, I just love gems. I gotta get gems on everything. So maybe I will tackle this card the next time, this lovely Impossible fold card. And I would love to show you the Seagull card fold next time. I don't want to go over today because I was late, so we will just wrap it up. And I hope you enjoyed learning how to make the WV card. And I hope you go and make one. And if you do, I certainly hope that you post it on my webpage so that I can see your work and I can see what a beautiful job you did. Try some shaker cards too. So easy to do. And we've got lots of sequins and things to go inside a shaker card. So try a shaker card as well. So much fun. And give yourself, you know, a challenge. Try something new. Watch a video, you know, download an instruction and find something new to do. Challenge your brain. Stretch your creative muscles. And remember, fail only means first attempt in learning. It doesn't mean it's the end of your world. It means it's the beginning and you keep trying until you get it right. That's all fail means. First attempt in learning. So go out, have fun, be creative, stretch your muscles, and share your work with your friends. So you can find more information on my Stampin' with the Queen page. And I hope you have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching.